In a soon-to-be-published posthumous memoir, Jeffrey Epstein's accuser, Virginia Giuffre, lashes out at the people she says abused her. In the book, called Nobody's Girl, a memoir of surviving abuse and fighting for justice, Giuffre offers an expanded account of her long-standing claims that she was sexually trafficked by the late financier to billionaires, politicians, and Prince Andrew. She claims that Epstein and his longtime companion, Ghislaine Maxwell, coaxed her into performing sex acts and was sometimes directed to have sex with Epstein's famous friends. The book was co-written by Giuffre and journalist Amy Wallace. It was completed before Giuffre committed suicide back in April. With me now to discuss is CTV's royal commentator, Afua Hagan. Afua, good morning to you. So what new details could we hear about Prince Andrew and Virginia Giuffre?
Well, in this book, Virginia Giuffre's memoir that she wrote before she took her own life in April, she pretty much details what it was like spending time with Prince Andrew, the 3 times she alleges that she had sex with Prince Andrew. And she says that he felt very entitled to her, as if he believed having sex with me was his birthright. That's what she has written in Nobody's Girl. She calls Epstein a master manipulator as well. She basically details their encounters, said the Duke of York guessed her age correctly at 17, said my daughters are just a little younger than you. She also details the picture that was taken, that infamous picture where he has his hand around her waist, even though he denies even meeting her and saying that that picture has been photoshopped. She says that her mum had, she thought her mum would say, you cannot meet a royal without having a picture taken with him. My mum would never forgive me if I met someone as famous as Prince Andrew didn't pose for a picture. So she got a Kodak fun saver from her room, handed it to Epstein, who took the picture of the prince with his arm around her waist. Epstein snapped the photo. She talks about going to a nightclub with him as well, that he was a bumbling dancer. These are things that we have heard before, but together in the book, it really gives us the context as well as her thoughts and her feelings around the time that these encounters were happening. Of course, we have heard in court very factual descriptions of the encounters that she had with Prince Andrew. Yeah. But like I said, in this book, we get much more context of that.
So Andrew has denied the accusations. At the same time, he did settle out of court with her. How could this book being published reflect on him, reflect on the royal family? I mean, what has happened to him since this story first broke years ago about the relationship, if you want to call it that, between the prince and Virginia Giuffre?
I mean, when it comes to this whole affair, Prince Andrew and his relationship with Virginia Giuffre, and also Prince Andrew and his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, I mean, the revelations just keep on coming, whether it's the Epstein files, whether it's emails that he has sent to Epstein. The latest only a couple of days ago, an email was released to the newspapers that was sent in February 2011, even though he said he cut off all contact with Epstein in December 2010. And now this book with its further revelations as well. This is just continuing embarrassment for Prince Andrew, for the royal family, for King Charles III. He keeps being dragged back into this affair. And also, the Epstein files just keep on giving. There's always a revelation when they are reopened, when the dust is blown off them, when we get another data dump. Prince Andrew's name and the name of Sarah Ferguson as well lately also keeps being dragged into this affair. And it's so hugely damaging for Prince Andrew, but particularly for the royal family, for the working royals who are still out there front and centre, and they are the ones that are sort of confronted with it, because we don't really see Prince Andrew in royal life anymore. He has been stripped of his titles. He is still the Duke of York. The last time we saw him out at a royal engagement was for a family funeral, but we don't really see him anymore. But it continues to embarrass, it continues to be hugely damaging for the brand of the royal family.
CTV's royal commentator, Afua Hagan, joining us from London. Thank you for that.